a miss. This isn't a heavy rain, but the ball and the field will be slick.
Yeah, Southern California has redefined heavy rain this weekend.
That's for certain. In the backfield, Foster and Leslie O'Neal knifing in to make the stop. O'Neal going to his 5th Pro Bowl this year.
Gets right up underneath the offensive left tackle. Jackson takes the inside move. He even took the shield off of his face mask, Dick. Wears contacts, but apparently the rain was bothering him. He normally has the shield. He takes it off so he can get a better look at the legs of that running back to make the tackle.
So just under 2 minutes left in the 3rd, and a 3-point game. Mark Royals to punt again. Beautiful spiral. It's headed toward the end zone and through. Dwight Stone, the closest player. Net of 25 yards on the punt. Royals have been very good in dropping it inside the 20, but not that time. Pittsburgh and San Diego met one other time in the playoffs. 1982. Opening kickoff. Fumbled by the Chargers. Recovered by Pittsburgh. A quick touchdown. But after that, it was too much Dan Fouts and too much Kellen Winslow. The duo connected 2 scores as the Chargers won late, 31-28. And then we go the next week to -59 chill in Cincinnati. Lose to the Bengals. Natron Means gets about 3 off the left side. Chad Brown and Brenston Buckner make the tackle. And what is significant about that play back in '82, out of 10 tries in history, it's the only time San Diego has come to Pittsburgh and left a winner.
Yeah, I think if you're San Diego, say, look, we got to take advantage of this good weather. We got to win this game just because it's normally -5 degrees about this time of year in Pittsburgh.
The average temperature on this date is 26. It's more than twice that. Means on a toss gets some running room. And the big man is out to the 34-yard line on a dozen and a first down. San Diego with less than a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
Now this is just a push and shove here of San Diego. Get a big guy on a big guy and stretch him out as much as you possibly can. And Means, again, at 240 pounds, still runs like that 190-pound scat back. It's his greatest ability, I think. He's a low squat runner. You don't have a lot to shoot at. And he's got those quick feet.
58 yards today. Well, somebody buried Woodson, and wide open is Shannon Mitchell, and he slips down as he gets to the Pittsburgh 47. First down, a 19-yard play. Lakin figures in the secondary for Pittsburgh. Probably the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Nice little roll here. The fake to Means draws everybody, and there's not 1 but 2 tight ends open. Mitchell makes the catch. Young is out in front to block.
So a quarter that featured a Woodson interception that led to a field goal, but a big touchdown. Humphreys to Papuno that puts the Chargers in the game.
Leonard Nimoy
was finally going to get his chance to kill me.
And the real-life sons of the Bonanza legacy, trapped on the Ponderosa by a madman. An all-new Bonanza movie, NBC tonight.
You don't buy a car because of the orthopedically designed seats or the 6-speaker stereo, the accessory in-dash cellular phone, or the ergonomically designed beverage holder. But when you can get them all in a practical, reliable 95 Honda Accord EX, you'll suddenly decide there's no other way to transport your coffee. The 95 Accord EX, now at your Honda dealer.
The West. It's where the land and the Great Pacific meet. It's pounding surf, the smell of salt air, and, of course, gasoline.
Gasoline?
Hey, at Arco, you can get high-quality 89-octane gasoline for less than you'd pay for 87-octane at most other major brands.
Wow.
The Arco upgrade, the real reason everyone wants to live here.
You know, I talked my way into the design studio at Ford, and they showed me this family vehicle of the future. It has the room of a van, but the ride of a car, and they say it's quieter than you could ever imagine. Of course, it'll have dual airbags, 4-wheel ABS, and some safety features I've never even heard of. So I said, what will you call it? And they said, Wind Star. Well, then I said, when will you make it? And they said, we already did. Right. This I gotta see.
Sports Wrap today at 4:30 on KNSD.
Telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
With Bob Trumpy and a storm, John Dockery, Dick Enberg welcome back the fourth quarter. 13-10 Steelers, a quarter from the Super Bowl. San Diego starts at the 47. And Natron Means to the 43, a gain of 4. Let's compare where the passes have gone today. O'Donnell has hit his wide receivers 14 times and only 1 catch by a San Diego wide receiver.
That's absolutely remarkable. And the other thing is, I don't think Ronnie Harmon has a catch for San Diego.
He's hardly played.
Yeah, no factor in this game whatsoever. Ronnie Harmon on the sideline there.
And he is one of the major threats of the San Diego offense. The game plan has gone away from Ronnie Harmon. Means first touched by Seals to slow him up, and then plenty of black jerseys to allow only a gain of a yard, maybe 2.
Dick, now with the rain coming a little heavier, San Diego's choice, they're going with 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, and that lone running back. And just there's Ralph Friedgen, the offensive coordinator, just as we mentioned that Ronnie Harmon does in fact come in the game.
And remember, San Diego, as the ball is spotted at the 42, has one of the top place kickers in John Carney, trailing by 3. Breaks a tackle, but he's going to lose some yardage now at the 50. Just too many Steelers.
Again, they fake the blitz. Lloyd comes. You've also got several other defensive backs in there trying to put pressure. Mo Bell. Yeah, Mo Bell. Maybe that's why Ronnie Harmon's not a big part of this game plan. There's too many defensive backs to cover him in the flat.
Wagner to punt, and the Steelers have 10 men on the line of scrimmage. He gets it out of there, and Charles Johnson calls for the fair catch at the 19. Now the Steelers have the ball back with just a little over 2 minutes gone in the fourth.
These days, anyone can design and build a car with the quality and features you want. And the safety you need. That's easy. We designed and built the all-new 1995 Lumina. So most people can afford it. And that's what makes the new Lumina a genuine Chevrolet.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light's aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
You know that HBO movie you love so much? The director is right over there by the sculpture. I've just got to meet him.
Man is a legend. Check that. He's a genius in the making.
Excuse me, your last film, it was so gutsy, intense. No one else makes movies like that. That HBO movie really spoke to me.
HBO talked about movies. Movies that matter. HBO makes them, and you don't want to miss them.
Don't tell me you didn't direct that.
I won't.
The AFC Championship is brought to you by Chevy Lumina. The features you want, the safety you need at an affordable price. That's genuine Chevrolet. By Coors Light, naturally brewed. Reach for the silver bullet, the pure taste of the Rockies. And by IBM, solutions for a small planet.
Well, the cheering just preliminary to what might happen if Pittsburgh hangs on to the lead, but it's a tenuous 3-point advantage as Neil O'Donnell sets up at his 20. Pittsburgh has rushed for 66 yards. San Diego 61. O'Donnell into the flat to Bam Morris. Chopped down, no gain. Good coverage, David Griggs. Well, let's look at Pittsburgh running the ball. Best in the league at 136, and last week a field day against Cleveland. San Diego checking them on 66 yards this afternoon.
Now, you know, Dick, against the Browns last week, they had 51 carries. That is domination when you feel confident enough to give it to your running backs 51 times.
John L. Williams with Bam Morris now in the backfield. And it's Morris. And he gets only a yard. And the Charger defense has been just that, supercharged to stop the run.
Now, we mentioned at the outset of the game, well, Mims is slow getting up here. A little slick on the field. Oh, he's got cramps. He's trying to stretch his right toe there. He's got calf cramps.
And the officials are going to take a timeout, injury timeout for Mims. That means he has to leave the field for at least one play.
Yeah, Dick, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, too, that one of the things that is absolutely necessary for San Diego to stay in this game against the Steelers' running game is the ability to run those pursuit lanes right behind the line of scrimmage. The defensive line of San Diego has done a great job. Allowed Junior, Seau, Gibson to run back and forth across the field. So that part of their defensive game plan has worked.
You notice today we have missed something that has been all too prevalent, and that is that the officials have gone unnoticed, which means just the way they like it. They've done a terrific job. We're quick to criticize. I being one of those when they see plays you don't like, but it's hard to compliment them, and it's a job well done today.
Jerry Austin, yeah, and his all-star crew.
So Mims leaves, working out that cramp. And a big 3rd and 9 for Pittsburgh, and the Steelers have been steely tough on 3rd down. O'Donnell more productive, however, in the opening half, including the first possession drive with a kickoff that went 67 yards, culminated on the touchdown to John L. Williams. Ernie Mills having a career day. 18 more for Mills.
Boy, he threaded that one. He's looking for somebody outside. Catches Mills late. Can't really follow through because Perella, 97, is right in his face. Well, that's between hands. I mean, Van Horst 25 on one side, Richard on the other side. That was a fine completion there by Neil O'Donnell.
And Mills, 93 yards for a man on 7 catches, who caught only 19 all year. Oh, off the fingertips of the diving Charles Johnson. And you could see the effect of the wet ball there. It's squirted through.
The interesting thing about Charles Johnson, last week he had no catches against the Cleveland Browns, but in the last game of the season against the Chargers, 4 catches, 165 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So Pittsburgh, they just discover these guys, I guess, when oh, this guy can catch. Well, let's throw it to him. All right. Today it's been Mills.
One long one of over 80 yards in that game where he broke tackles. Next pass will be O'Donnell's 43rd. That would be his season high. Foster. And you can see those defensive backs saying, well, I'm bracing myself. Where's Junior? And Seau flying over to make the tackle.
Yeah. They tell defensive players that you have to set yourself to make the tackle, and those defensive backs set themselves, and Junior did do a good job. He saved them a bit of concussion there.
Then you fall in on the tackle. Get an assist. Mims is back in, 3rd and 4. What a catch. Did he come up with that? No, the ball went flying away, incomplete at the 50. And very nearly intercepted. Mills had his body covered in our view, and what an effort as Darren Carrington up to make the defensive play.
Again, trying to run the delay. Carrington from the inside And also Clark from the outside. You're right. That would have been a heck of a catch.
I'm not sure this is a positive statistic for Pittsburgh, but O'Donnell has set a career high with 44 passes. I don't think that's what Cowher wants.
That's not what their game plan was coming in here.
So Royals another punt as we approach the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Another good high kick toward Gordon. He'll let it go. And into the end zone. San Diego will have it at the 20. When we come back, just under 10 to go.
The BMW 325i. The Volvo 740. The Mercedes 190. Forget it. Introducing the all-new Chevy ZR2 Extended Cab. The official pace car of the next generation.
You're about to enter a new era in television. With this 18-inch RCA satellite dish, you get CD quality sound, 150 channels, and a digital picture so sharp, so real, it raises home theater to a new level. The RCA digital satellite system. Television will never be the same.
This is one long game. They even ran out of food. The fans must be hungry.
I'll tell you about hungry.
When it's gotta be good and it's gotta be now. Pick up the phone, we're gonna knock you out.
Now, when you call for your favorite Domino's pizza, get a full order of tangy chicken wings for just $3.99.
Did you see that?
Gotta be
The AFC Championship is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now and order Domino's new Buffalo Wings, and we'll deliver them with your favorite pizza. When it's gotta be good, it's gotta be Domino's.
Junior Seau, not only the physical leader of this team, but growing as the emotional leader as well. Ball at the 20-yard line. They're working on that ankle of Neil O'Donnell.
That's the second time now we've seen a double tape. This is a two-tape job game.
13-10. Final quarter. Means hammered after a yard or two as Levon Kirkland closed the hole.
Watch Greg Lloyd here. Always tries to cheat that snap right on the snap. What a wonderful athlete he is.
Oh, what a season. 10 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, 8 blocked passes, and he was the number 3 tackler. Greg Lloyd. Coming again. And Humphreys finds Papunu. And Alfred Papunu finally, and a couple of men coming in late, but no flag at the 45. Papunu didn't like it, and Humphreys didn't like the way he got hit as he delivered.
Yeah, it's Greg Lloyd who gets him. Again, he's on block coming from the right. No, it's Levon Kirkland who gets him. 99 who hits Humphreys. But the H-back, I'm not a tight end. I'm an H-back, Alfred Papunu. Another big completion. Here's the shot. Lloyd misses him. Levon Kirkland. Double linebacker blitz there, Dick.
A field goal game. 8:44 left. Papunu again. And the big H-back is into Pittsburgh territory at the 49. Woodson, the tackler.
Yeah. He said something to Woodson. Said, "Man, bring it on out here. It's all right. Bring it on out here. We have no problem." Again, the roll. San Diego's now found something they can do here in the second half. Get it to the H-back. Half roll, little waggle.
And then likely star offensively. Papunu with 4 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Second and a long 2. Means. And it's Kirkland again with a tackle.
Oh, Dick, see those guys just...
it is a curtain.
Yeah, you're right. And Joel Steed gave us a great line yesterday when we talked to him at the Pittsburgh practice. I said, you know, the leading tacklers are the defensive backs, linebackers, and then you three grunts up front, the defensive line. Goldstein says, we're the ones who fall on the grenade. We clear everything out for the linebackers. They've done a beautiful job of that today.
Only 1 yard for Means, so it's 3rd and 1. And Humphreys has to spend a timeout. Steelers by 3. Chargers in Pittsburgh territory.
Now, an unexpected moment from the world of sports, brought to you by AT&T. The Challenger had never won the most coveted prize in sailing, the America's Cup. But in 1983, John Bertrand in Australia, too, took on the defender Dennis Conner and Liberty. With the best-of-7 series tied at 3 races apiece, Liberty jumped out to a comfortable lead, but then made a tactical error. By the next mark, Australia 2 had overtaken Liberty and went on to win the America's Cup. Australia 2 proves again, in sports, there are no guarantees.
So you're saying you could save me big money over AT&T?
20%. 30%. 10.5%.
Can you hold, please? Can you hold, please? Can you hold, please?
If other long-distance companies keep promising your business big savings, call 1-800-COMPARE, and AT&T will guarantee you competitive prices.
Listen, I've got the facts. Got the facts. Got the facts. I'm sticking with AT&T. I'm sticking with AT&T. I'm sticking with AT&T.
Have a good evening, Gail.
Thanks, you too. Thanks, you too. Thanks, you too.
AT&T, for the life of your business.
At Chevrolet, we feel everyone, regardless of income, deserves a safe car. That's why we equip the all-new Lumina LS with dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, side guard door beams, child security rear door locks. Sure, anyone can build a car like this. That's easy. We build it so most people can afford it. That's genuine Chevrolet.
No need to dream about it. The dream matchup of the year in the NBA is just days away. Shaq and the Magic versus Barkley and the Suns. When these two superheroes take the floor, look out. Shaq versus Sir Charles, next Sunday on NBC.
With our producer, John Francis, our director, John Gonzalez, welcome back to Pittsburgh. The towels are out. 3rd and 1. Means. Oh, one tackle away from a long gallop, and saving a touchdown was Darren Perry. The risk of that 9-10 man in short yardage, you break through and look out.
And you see Carnell Lake dives inside, but Puno gets him. Excellent move by Means. I mean, he was caught dead to rights there. That little shake got him to the line of scrimmage and through the line of scrimmage for the pickup.
Bobby Ross learned his football at VMI. And Means can't outrun Kirkland. Well, you've got the 2 Pro Bowlers in Lloyd and Green outside, but Kirkland and Brown inside, the 2 young linebackers. Boy, they're good. Well, let's compare this steel curtain defense with Green and Greenwood and White and the great steel curtain Ham Lambert. 13.5 points a game, under 4 sacks a game. And the 94-95 edition, very comparable.
Yeah, very comparable. The thing I remember about, wait a minute, I'll tell you in a second. Dom Capers, defensive coordinator of this bunch.
On his way to Carolina. 2nd and 14. To the outside is Sean Jefferson. Gained only the yards they lost on 1st down as Woodson right there. That's the kind of pass play that sets up
something else. Yes, you're right. You know, you were talking about the old steel curtain, and I had the misfortune to play against that great defense. And the same 11 guys were on the field every single snap. And they got all their pressure from 4 guys.
That's what you saw most of. You thought Three Rivers was blue.
All the way. I was always on my back. I remember nothing but sky and stitches in this stadium.
Oops. That'll be 5 yards against Harry Swain. Swain backing off. And the noise level here, I just like to have the lozenges here. There's the view of Pittsburgh that Bob Trumpy remembers most.
I didn't even know it had stripes on it. Lines. goalposts. I was always on my back looking up there. It's a pretty blue stadium.
5.5 minutes remain. That penalty makes it a tough 3rd and 14 for San Diego, trying to get in field goal range for a tie. Humphreys goes long. Has a man. Martin. Touchdown. Oh, my. No flag on the field, although, let's see, maybe there is.
Foul. Roughing the passer.
It's against Pittsburgh.
Touchdown's good. The penalty will be administered on the kickoff.
Throw by Stan Humphreys. And Tony Martin, like Sean Jefferson, you never see when they're putting on the speed. They seem to run with that same loping grace. And Humphreys right in the basket for the touchdown. 43-yard touchdown. And that's the magic number for San Diego. Both their scores have been from 43.
And both have been kind of heave it down there and hope the receiver runs under it.
Tim McKyer, the veteran back, the 6 DBs on that play. On 3rd and 15, they hit the bomb.
And boy, did Stan Humphreys take a shot and still got that ball down the field.
Big extra point here to make it a 4-point lead. For the first time today, San Diego has the bigger number, 17-13.
From the spread formation, Pittsburgh comes with a blitz. It's picked up relatively well by San Diego. And Tony Martin breaks inside McKyer. Stan Humphreys throws it beautifully. I mean, absolutely on target. McKyer and Martin both see it.
Ooh, he almost jumped too soon, didn't he?
It did. There's a tendency for receivers to get up in the air to jump like that. Remember, his first catch as a receiver came as a professional. Again, the move here, this is just a foot race. McKyer guesses wrong. He thinks it's going outside. Martin breaks inside. Beautiful throw by Stan Humphreys. Now look at the hit that Stan Humphreys takes. That's Chad Brown right in the chin. He follows through and gets that ball down there.
Chad, after making the hit, had to hear Humphrey said 6. You saw Brown react, collapse, as Alex Spanos, the owner of the Chargers, leading the cheers in the San Diego section. Bobby Beathard trying to keep in the emotion. 80 yards, 8 plays, 43 yards to Martin, who was a college quarterback at Mesa, Colorado. Drafted by the Jets, released Miami. And Don Shula worked with him a couple years, learned under the marks, the Clayton and Duper, and then traded to San Diego. Those are the teams that have never gone to the big dance. In San Diego, now 4-point lead and 5 minutes to go to Miami.
Pittsburgh also has 3 timeouts, so this is pretty much the point of the hurry-up offense for Pittsburgh.
This big crowd, Barry Simon is Charles Johnson. Pushed back, he didn't get to the 20-yard line, so O'Donnell will start very deep in his own end. His worst field position of the day. Andre Coleman made the stop. Well, it's the end of our AFC NFL action, but next Sunday the NBA comes to NBC. Terrific doubleheader. First it's Houston and Chicago, Rockets and Bulls, and then Orlando and Phoenix. And the Magic, with the best record in the league, and Phoenix just a stride and a half behind. Shaq against Sir Charles in the second half of the doubleheader. It all starts at 12:30 Eastern on NBC.
Dick, this is the spot that Pittsburgh did not want to put this team, his quarterback, in. They got to throw.
And they've got to come from behind late. They find the biggest target in the lot, Eric Green, and a first down at the 34 as Darian Gordon makes the stop.
As we mentioned earlier, Ron Earhart does not want Neil O'Donnell to be the entire offense. He wants him to complement him. This is a good zone by San Diego that's beaten well by a corner pattern by Eric Green, and he is a big target.
Said he'd love to play in an offense like New England's. He wants more catches. He's big, but he'd rather be a receiver than a blocker. Over the middle to John L. Williams, short yardage to the 41. Junior Seau making another tackle. A good catch. He was juggling, but able to hold on.
Pittsburgh has done a lot of things here in this game with the underneath stuff, the backs, the crossing patterns. And if San Diego gets in that prevent zone mode, I don't like that. I mean, they got to keep coverage tight here because there are excellent underneath receivers here for the Steelers.
Thoughts become deeper as the minutes and seconds tick away in the fourth. And another catch by Ernie Mills. Darian Gordon.
Just a square in route. O'Donnell throws this beautifully. The kid, he's the youngest of 9 kids in his family. O'Donnell's family nickname, Soup, as in Super Babe. He has played super throughout the latter stages of this season and certainly today. Ernie Mills got a mouthful of water there from the...
O'Donnell, biggest passing day of his career, but he needs a big one. To the sidelines to Williams. Junior Seau racking up another stop. Helped by Gordon. 5 catches for Williams today. And Seau, take a check on his defensive statistics.
They kind of guess at that, until they watch the game films, but it's considerable tackles for Junior Seau.
Pittsburgh has all its timeouts left. San Diego with 2. Seau has been credited with 10 tackles. 2nd down and 6. Screen it to Williams. And he fumbles the ball out of bounds. It'll be marked for Pittsburgh at the 38. That'll be a couple yards shy of a first down. 3rd and 2.
They had the combination tight end Eric Green and John L. Williams, the back out in the flat, and O'Donnell again makes the right choice. Gibson kind of strips the ball away. There's Green. He was the other receiver.
Bill Arnsparger, the veteran defensive genius who worked in that perfect season in Miami for Shula, coach with Shula, 12 years against Ron Earhart. 2 men, their mid-60s. It's their chess game now. Green, first down at the 30, and the clock ticks at 2:15.
Dick, if you're Bill Arnsparger now, go ahead. Tell you in a minute.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
Those whose idea of luxury is any place they can take a load off, Chevy introduces our all-new interior with the comfort of available leather, the security of an airbag, and the pleasure of... We just wouldn't advise it.
After a while, you probably won't remember the ties, the sweaters, the toys, and the scarves that you bought with your American Express card this holiday season. But using your card to help provide a meal for someone who's hungry is something you'll never forget. So thank you for using your American Express card to help us reach our $5 million goal once again.
American Express would like to thank its card members for using their cards to help raise $5 million for the Charge Against Hunger. The Share Our Strength organization will use this money to help combat the hunger problem across America.
The season has been reduced to 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and the upstart Chargers lead by 4. Neil O'Donnell, meanwhile, an unlikely quarterback to set AFC championship records. More completions 30, more passes 50 than anyone who's ever played this game. Joe Namath had thrown 49. back before Super Bowl III. First down. He's 6 for 6 on this drive. He's going for it here. Green. It'll be first and goal at the 9. 7 straight passes completed by O'Donnell on this drive. And there's the 2-minute timeout.
Out and up. Again, Gibson drops coverage. That's not on Stanley Richard or the defensive backs. The linebacker has got to help with underneath coverage. Great call by Earhart. Beautifully thrown by Neil O'Donnell.
According to sources close to the NFL, this man, Stanley Craver, will be giving a speech about football during the Super Bowl telecast. Officials at Nike were unavailable for comment.
Tak se snažím sehnat ten nový operační systém Chicago. Pořád odaluji jeho uvedení na trh.
Ten nový OS2 VAR pod IBM se zdá být vynikající.
OS2 VAR?
Zrovna jsem o něm četla v časopise. Máte tam opravdový multitasking? Snadný přístup do internetu.
Hrozně ráda bych tu síť vyzkoušel. To je můj beeper.
Journey into the unknown tonight.
What do you want from me?
Sequest wakes an ancient warrior from Atlantis.
I gave you a direct order.
He's taking over Bridger's mind.
And I'm relieving you of command.
Grab him! And body.
Let me out. Let me out.
An all-new Sequest NBC tonight.
Ball at the 9-yard line. Pittsburgh threatens to take the lead in the final 2 minutes. San Diego was 3rd in the league in sacks this year with 43. Yet O'Donnell has thrown the ball 51 times today. No sacks. That's a great job by those men in front of him. Foster, and it didn't fool Leslie O'Neal. He slowed him up, and John Perella made the stop. And the clock runs 1:50. So part of that strategy is to take a little time off the clock just in case you Steelers score. You don't want San Diego to have too much time to rally. 2 timeouts left for each side.
And maybe San Diego ought to start trying to come up with some time here. You know, stopping the clock, give him a few snaps.
Williams in motion. And almost intercepted as diving in front was Dennis Gibson. Eric Green, the tight end, the target. That was close.
Yeah, it's very close. Well, you're going to see the whole thing. Green bounces off Gibson 57, and Gibson does a great job of staying right there, absorbing the hit, staying with the receiver, and then getting his hands up.
It's the old basketball play into the post.
Pick and roll. Now, Arnsparger, you can tell how many years he's been on the sideline. Hendrickson, a little more emotional.
3rd and goal.
Darnell.
And Seau gets plenty of company. Davis, along with Griggs and others, to stop, and it's 4th and goal, and timeout number 2 taken by Bill Cowher. 4th down and goal at the 3-yard line. 3 precious yards of turf from a possible Super Bowl visit.
Dick, I don't know what the outcome of the rest of this game is going to be, but I want more. Let's let them rest for 15 minutes regardless of the final score. Play one more quarter.
You're not satisfied.
No.
Well, it's been typical of the AFC drive throughout the year. We've seen this week in, week out. Look at Cowher trying to relax his team, a big smile. And the Chargers trying to feel some frustrated unity on the sidelines. Nothing you can do But to offer your deepest hopes and prayers. Look at Cowher saying O'Donnell, hey, isn't this fun?
Isn't this fun? Yeah. Don't you love this?
And Neil O'Donnell said his mother turned 71 yesterday. This would be her birthday present. And he said the trip to the Super Bowl would be my dad's because he would have the best seat in the house.
There's Stan Humphries standing next to Sid Brooks. That's his lucky spot. Let's see if it works.
This is it. Incomplete, and it was Dennis Gibson on the coverage. And the San Diego Chargers flood the field with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. It's not over. 1:04 left, and the ball is at the 3-yard line. But San Diego has the luxury of even giving up a safety in this situation.
The ball is intended for Barry Foster. And Gibson does a great job. He reads it all the way, knocks the ball away. Beautifully done by Gibson. You can see the sideline of the San Diego Chargers explode. Even Barry Foster is falling down, sliding.
And Dennis Gibson, one of those complimentary players who does his job. Now, he was burned for the opening touchdown, but comes back to make the big save. Pittsburgh has only 1 timeout left, and that will be it for them. So with 1 minute and a second left, the Chargers need only a couple of kneel downs, and it'll be a long flight to Miami.
As I said before, Stan Humphries has a lucky spot. That's Sid Brooks, the equipment man of the San Diego Chargers. Whenever they need luck, Humphries runs to Sid Brooks. Well, it was a lucky spot this afternoon.
And Neil O'Donnell had taken his team 80 yards, and a terrible towel that had been captured apparently by Chris Mims. And even Bill Arnsparger able to celebrate. Well, of all the unlikely stories of this football season, we are witnessing one with a star above it. The San Diego Chargers. So few thought they even had a chance in their own division, much less be the representative of the AFC in the Super Bowl. And Bill Cowher's team heavily favored today. Humphries staying in the field of play, and Pittsburgh now can only watch the seconds tick away until Bobby Ross's team snaps it again.
I don't know how much credit or where you spread the credit around in this franchise to Bobby Beathard, to Bobby Ross, to Mr. Spanos. I mean, what they lost in the offseason, what they had to rebuild was absolutely remarkable. And Bobby Ross has stayed with these players.
Gary Plummer went to San Francisco. That's why Dennis Gibson is here, and Gibson makes the play. Although the wide receivers generally around the league, they say that not one of these wide receivers could start on another NFL team. And some of the emotions coming out now as Humphries kneels for what should be the final seconds of this game. Bill Cowher and Bobby Ross. Stan Humphries waited 4 years in Washington, stood on the sidelines and watched the Redskins win a Super Bowl, and now he'll get his own chance.
Yeah, remember what he told us about that Super Bowl, too. When he was at Washington, he was Jim Kelly. He was the scout team quarterback for Washington. He played Jim Kelly.
John Dockery has the San Diego head coach.
Coach, do you realize that you're going to the Super Bowl first time ever for San Diego?
Oh, yeah, we realize it, John. We've been talking about it for a long time, and, you know, we're very happy to be going. It's a character team, and we just hung in there and fought in the second half, came back and played very well.
You know, you didn't get much respect coming into the game. Was that part of it, the rallying point for you?
Well, we've talked about that quite a bit because we really haven't had much, you know, but we're going to... Okay.
Go get him. Go get him.
A hell of a game.
Coach, talking about respect. Are we back?
Yeah, we're having trouble with the crowd and the weather and the audio. The employee owners of Avis salute the game's most valuable player. Junior Seau is the winner of today's We Try Harder award. 12 tackles, 4 assists, 1 deflection. Avis, the official rental company of the NFL. Junior Seau. And Hannah Storm is right there.
Junior, I saw Neil O'Donnell embrace you just then after the game. What did you guys say to each other?
He just had to represent the AFC well, and you know, he's a great sport. He's a great quarterback. He came in there and played his heart out, came down in one play, and we're fortunate to get that one.
You played your heart out. You completely took them out of their running game. Talk about how you disrupted their offense.
Well, all week we've been hearing about the running game. They have a great running game. Unfortunate thing.
All right, let's.
It's the Charger group, San Diego.